The car is a bit filthy still, but the real kind of engine cover is done. Besides this, it's not flogged yet because I didn't have enough material, but we're gonna do it soon. Why is this zooming in? Anyways, it's done. It's actually pretty okay. I'm okay with that. Tied around the boost pipes. All the wiring is done. It's filthy there, so I have to get the Hoover out and clean it, but I literally finished it yesterday. All of it works. So this is the handbrake, still needs bleeding because I have to pump it to get some pressure. So I need to get the phone out a little. As the brakes bias, and it works. The beauty of this one, if you flip it forward, that's your rear brakes closed. So if you want to do burnout or show off or whatever, or drifting, could be helpful, when you're braking, you're only braking front wheels. So when you do the burnout, if you want to, I'm not gonna do because my tire is a little bit too expensive for that. But if you want to do it, you flick that forward, and then when you push on the brakes, your engine is not chewing the rear brakes and it's not fighting the brakes. So that's quite useful for obviously showing off and stupid stuff. Anyways, so all of that works. You got a low pressure fuel pump, ECU, traction control, which has to be on. When you flick it on, you see there's that light flicks up. There you go. It shows you it is working. Now this one is on a separate switch. Usually comes on with the ignition, but I want it out because through the traction control, the injectors wired in, and I thought it'd be kind of handy have them, individually on and off. So obviously I use it for, it's kind of like a tricky thing. I use the traction control to disconnect them. I flood the engine, for example, I flick this off, everything works, I tune the engine, clean it, blah blah, flick this back on, and injectors are connected. So yeah, high pressure pump, second one. This is the traction control levels. If you see, it flicks the light when I tune it. So this is second level and it flashes twice, third flashes 3 times, and all the way down to 6, or completely off, if you don't want a traction control, or 2 or level 1, whatever it is you want to do it. Then this is the map switch if you want to change the maps. We haven't mapped it yet, so for now there isn't even a primary map. And then so yeah, fuel pump on, start the engines up, everything works, and yeah, that's it. It's quite simple. Once you've done with it, once you finish it, it's quite simple. We got the kill switch. This is the FI approved. So this one, when you kill it, it kills everything. It kills the ECU, but also discharges the alternator. Because the normal ones, if you flick it off, the engine still runs because you have the power produced from the alternator, not the battery, and that's enough to ruin the engine, which is not great, but that's how the normal one work. The race ones are like this, so there's a lever there, and if you pull it, that flicks off and everything dies. So you have no power, no electricity, everything comes off completely. So that's good. And the wiring is done. This is I used those plugs. This is my traction control, and this is this came from the ABS sensors, and this is where literally here is the light and the maps, and turn it on and off, and then put the show myself to choose and the level of the traction control, in how invasive it is or it's not, so you can really choose it. These traction controls are actually different. Back in the day they used to work on the throttle bodies, which was a bit crap, but now it's completely different. You won't even notice. One thing I've done, obviously you can't do it on the standard one, but as much as you can really choose, this is the reverse, and unfortunately when you put the Volkswagen gearboxes in, there is no gate on a Toyota shifter, which we're using this one. So this is the first gear and this is the reverse gear. Now the beauty is you can tell when you're in the reverse because it won't go back, means that's the reverse, but then next to it is the first gear. If you do it in a rush and you're not used to it, usually people say it takes a couple of hours to get used to it, so no big deal. But if you're in a rush, first gear, no, you go in reverse. So yeah, it could be a funny situation. So what I did on this, because I have all of these gizmos here, nice brass hinge, and there you go. You just first and second. You don't have to be worried about it. It's sort of a gate, you know, safety or whatever. So yeah, clean up, put the second seat on because obviously it's all filthy there with all the pieces of wiring loom and wires and everything. But besides this, yeah, she's ready for mapping. I'll show you something else now. Okay, all right. So this is another thing, bit of a mess. The pallet just arrived, well, just some time ago. You know what this is. You know what this is. This is all sold. This is all gone. But also there is. Okay, if you don't know, these are the subframes, the beautiful stainless subframes. Yeah, a lot of parts, loads of parts to assemble to build up. However, there is another surprise on this because for some people who couldn't actually afford, actually there's one semi-assembled one here, let me show you this one here. So if someone couldn't afford one of these, because a lot of people say, okay, I'm gonna get in the kit and all the stuff, and they say I'm gonna get you subframe later on, but I have to save up because they're quite expensive. And yeah, they are quite expensive because there's a lot of work, and this material, the 316 stainless and laser cut of this, it's costly, it's very expensive to me. Then obviously this takes ages to weld because this is all, I could say, handcrafted, hand welded, TIG welded. There's no robotic anything. I'm doing this by hand, all of it by myself. So it takes long time. It's literally miles of TIG welding, and TIG welding you can't spare that. You have to be, you know, the right penetration, the right amps, the right speed, the right wave, and everything. Because besides being strong, it has to look good. This one, honestly, we actually had the first of the prototype only tagged in like these. Only put these small tags, and because the way we constructed it, it just works. You could just literally leave it there. Not all of it, like arms, suppose they have to be welded in because the structure, but all of these tagged in be fine. But also because it's stainless, you know, is a beautiful piece, so it has to look good as well. So that's why it's expensive. But we came up with a solution for have it not as expensive. Not in stainless, it's mild steel. It's not a normal mild steel, it's a special construction mild steel because you have, like stainless steel, mild steel, you have a lot of different grades and you choose the correct one for that. Or we choose the construction one, which is one of the strongest mild steels you can have. So it doesn't deflect, it welds very good, it's a construction steel. So gonna be as strong as this, very strong. It's just not stainless, so it's gonna need painting or coating or zinc plating or nickel plating. We're gonna see probably nickel plated or whatever. So it's still gonna look good, but obviously it's not stainless anymore. But it is about half the price, so roughly. But don't, just hold on. Let me finish them because we got a few prototypes. I want to finish them on. I want to do them. I want to see how much the nickel plating is costing and everything. Or maybe we can offer them roll where without any painting if someone wants. I don't know. We'll see. We'll work it out. But obviously that's the surprise. We have the version in mild really soon. I mean, it's there. I just have to assemble it and test it. Test it. It's the same. The design had to change a little because again between the materials, so the welding process changes between the stainless and the mild. So the one for mild had to be redesigned a little. The structure, the overall structure is exactly identical. Where the bits interlock to each other, that's slightly different because I need a different spacing and different techniques of welding because it's MIG welded, not TIG welded anymore, which saves me a lot of time and hence we can offer it at lower price. Anyways, that's one thing. Frog, I want to show you the rest of the stuff for the frog. Let me see, this phone zooms in way too much. Look at the camera. So these are the wheels. Alright, I'm switching to 15s. I have, I'll actually show you how they look like. Actually, like the wood, don't drop it. See? You can see it probably or not. It's actually, I like them quite a lot, the design. So these ones are the front. These are 15s. I'm switching from 16s to 15s. Reason for that is because of the tire choices. Surprisingly, for the 15s, there's a lot of good tires there, and the price is good. You know, for semi slicks as low as you can have it for the big tires. But yeah, it's good. And I found this company says this tires, this wheels, sorry, and decent price as well. Very light, strong enough. I don't know. I guess we're gonna find out. You know, MR2 is very light car, so don't have to be ultra strong, I guess. But again, we're gonna see. Anyways, these are 15s by 10, and these are 15s by 11J. So yeah, these are 11 inches wide. So the front ones are gonna be dressed in this. AL1 to 75 semi-slicks, 35 15s, where as you can see, these are the front ones. Now I was gonna go with a square setup. I really love the square setup. You know, I run it on my race Silvia 295s front and back. I've been criticized for that. I've been one of the first ones running the square setup, at least in Europe, and then I proved it, and then seems like a lot of people started doing that. There's still a lot of criticism going around, but when people actually try it and set the suspension, the chassis correctly for the square setup, you know, you can't get back because it's just lovely. It's awesome. Not every car, obviously, but on the M2s, I really like them. On my S14, again, not a drift car. It was designed for time attack and circuit racing. I absolutely loved it. Drifting, square setup, it was absolutely rubbish. It just, no. I had to change all the settings, but yeah, grip, square is great. However, this car is a bit special. Now my frog started all of this business. You know, it was initially 1.9, and then Steve said, "Okay, let's do it more." And then I went into development, and then Steve mostly, we built his car, and then he carried on to develop even more. And he runs 275s and 255s on the front. I guess I can't remember. Anyways, the frog is special, so I want to do something a bit more special. So today I actually paid quite a lot of taxes, import duty taxes. So I'm not gonna reveal the real tires yet, but again, these are 275s and going on a 10-inch wheels, and for the back I have 11-inch wheels. So I'll let you guess what the real wheels are. However, they're coming on tomorrow, and the moment they're here, I'm gonna post the pictures and maybe do a quick video about it. Anyways, back to us. This is the end of the frog. Actually, no, there's another thing. We booked with Bill, Badger 5 for mapping. We was going to go with John at Stealth Racing, but there was a bit of unknowns and time, and Bill knows the issues better because they could deal with them, blah blah, different reasons. We're going with Badger 5 on the 7th. So after the 7th, everything goes good because, you know, mapping, you find out, oh, pump shitted himself. Actually, my pump AM just shitted himself. Fresh pumps, had to change it, put something better. So the canna, as you've seen, is actually ready for mapping. The bullhead is in place, so Bear's not gonna moan that he's gonna have a piston exploding behind his bike or anything like this. It's all protected. Sweep, or the fuel system is there. The only thing I don't have on the car yet is my oil sensor. So oil pressure sensor, fuel pressure sensor, and oil temperature sensor. I don't have them in yet. I have the sensors, I have the wiring, but we forget to get the adapters. And I don't have a time to do it now, so fuck it. It could be mapped without them. I can put them on later and then calibrate the sensors later on, and so it doesn't matter. I want the car back on the road on 7th because the weather is nice, you know. It's shiny, it's shiny. It's sunny, and I want to get it out. And plus, we want to attend as many events as this is possible this year. We're developing all this stuff, blah blah. So there's a lot of stuff coming. So yeah, I want to do it. Anyways, back to us, to the workshop, laboratory, the factory. This is not a lab, it's a factory really, because we're fabricating parts. This is our small factory for all the bits we're producing. Anyways, it's not finished yet. There's a lot of mess still somewhere hidden, as you can see, as the rest of my roll cage, which I don't have a time to put it on. I'm gonna have to find it. Anyways, this is operational again, to test all your Oh, not gonna start it because I don't have. I'll show you in a minute. I don't have the exhaust outside yet. So yeah. Currently, as you can see, the wiring loom adapter is being tested on this one as well. And this is the one we're testing all the wiring looms. So all the wiring looms, the pedal adapter, and everything before it goes to anyone is tested on this test engine. We have everything wired here. I have the standard ECU, I have the whole motor, a whole engine working, the alternator, everything is tested here. So when you receive it, I've said this already, but I'm gonna say it again. When you receive the wiring loom, this wiring loom, it is brand new but has already been on the car, tested if everything works, and only then goes to the customer, it goes to you. So if something goes wrong, because again, remember, you're using your original wiring loom, the rest original of the wiring loom of the ones of the Toyota, that is in between. If something goes wrong, it's not it. That's not that. So don't message me. It's like, oh, something's wrong with that. It isn't. Trust me, it's not possible. It isn't. You're doing something wrong. But usually people just get everything okay. Anyways, I'm not gonna start it because the exhaust is here, and I don't want to have everything in this space because not all the sensors are connected, and it's overfueling. I'm gonna be dying from, too much gas is inside, so this has to go inside there and out. Anyways, the biggest surprise, the biggest thing is all of this. This, ladies and gentlemen, this is a lot of work, I'm telling you. So what we have here, this is actually how your engine mounts and etc. looks like in raw form. It's just been delivered. Believe it or not, it took me about 2 hours to sort everything out, including the subframes that you were seeing before. And so what this is, these are 1.8 20 valve engine mounts. These are your VR5 and VR6 engine mounts. Now VR5 and VR6, these engine mounts are kind of universal. You can use them with, because you have different, you see these slots, the different sets of holes that you're using. And these can be used with the manual O2M gearbox and a DSG gearbox. I do not advise to use a DSG gearbox because it's a lot of work and I love the manual 6-speed. However, for everyone who wants to use a DSG on a VR engine, yeah, they fit perfectly, which I had on my car, and then I went to the O2M. 1.8 20 valve, no. With our engine mounts, the DSG gearbox does not fit. That's a different story. So no. Well, as we have here, we got the brackets for the trigger wheel. We have the charge cooler mounts, adapters for the gearbox for the shifter, because obviously that is including the engine mounts and everything. But yeah, as you can see, this is a lot of stuff that still needs to be sorted, because these and these, they look the same, but they're not. So I have to sort them out. Same as those. Yeah, so I haven't finished to sort them out. Yeah, I would really like my cooling system. Yeah, so that straight from the table. Anyways, all of this has to be welded up now. So yeah, wiring lamps are being produced. A lot of them are ready to be sent out, but obviously again, all the orders that they have to be complete for us to send them out. So although a lot of that is ready, all of them missing engine mounts and all the stuff. So I'm on the case actually today. Today I'm gonna have to start assembling the stuff, and then in a couple of days time or 2 days time, a couple of days is actually 2 days time, I'm gonna start welding them all up. And I think that's it. So yeah, bit of a news. We've been quiet because we've been busy setting everything up. It isn't set up yet. When it comes to, this is another thing, let me say straight away, because last video I said I'm gonna do all the simple conversions because blah 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 blah. I'm supposed to get another one of these and set a race trailer, blah blah. They're gonna do just for them 2 special bits. But so many people asking to do drive in, drive out, and I have to finish a couple of cars that are already booked in, blah blah. So this workshop they're not gonna show you because that is a mess. But I have the use for of it. There's a lot of machinery there, and there's a ramp there. Around the ramp, I'm gonna do my little setup, nice and clean, and we're gonna resume building these cars because we have, I think, 4 or 5 booked in already, and then people wanted to book in more and more, which I didn't took any book in the end because we have to sort everything out first because it's too much work at once. I'm gonna lose it. So bear with me for a second. Let me just carry on with this. You know, I have to finish all of these, all the cars that already been booked in, finish them up. Chris with the VR6 Turbo is the first one because that just needs finishing a couple of things. It needs a bigger wastegate because the original one is too small. Well, the one we had before is too small. The engine is just making too much power. So yeah, bigger wastegate, a couple of small things, and then back for mapping, and that thing is ready to go. Actually, that thing is gonna be finished to be mapped after mine, so I still won. Great, Chris. Mine is ready before yours. Anyways, jokes aside, that's the first one, and then we carry on with all the bookings in. So whoever booked in first is gonna be, first to go on the ramp, build, and the next one. So this is it. Yeah, we're going. Everything is starting to be organized even more, like I said here. Shelvings and everything. Everything is gonna be packed, ready to be sent out. So we really stepping into the game I was promising some time ago when there's gonna be a very we're gonna shorten the times between you ordering something and it's gonna be sent to you. Obviously now with us moving in between, it was a long waiting list or waiting time. It didn't stop anyone from ordering stuff, which is good. Otherwise, we'll be behind the queue. But now we're gonna catch up and we're gonna, do a massive stock of everything. So most of the stuff is gonna be just on the shelf, ready to go. And that's it. So yeah, I'll see you soon. Jesus, that is a lot of work. I'm telling you that. That is few miles of TIG welding. Anyway, I'll see you soon.